Please rise. Pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Welcome to the 2015 annual meeting of the electorate. Your meeting, have you had a chance to go over the minutes?
Yes.
Okay, is there any amendments to the minutes? Is there a motion to approve the minutes?
I'll make that motion. Oh,
Who makes a motion to support? Okay, we have Jerry back here, Jerry Carpenter makes it. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. The elected official salaries, Sue, could you walk us through that, please?
Starts with the supervisor assessor. It is proposed to be $54,559. The clerks proposed $23,719. And if I may add, I'm hoping there's a retraction this week in the resorter for the misprint in the amount of increase. The treasurer salary, $18,724, and those are each a 3% increase, first increase since 2009, I believe. And then the trustee's salary, it is $3,920 each, $7,839. And that one is a 5% increase. They do a lot.
Okay, is there a motion on the floor to approve? Yes, sir? I move. Just to move to approve.
Second.
Second right here, Mike Shervany. Now it's going to be tough to keep this, I'd like to do it as orderly as possible. All in favor, one row at a time, would you please stand up? And then when I ask you to sit down, please sit down. All in favor, row one, because we can't do voice vote. It's going to be too close. All in favor?
Voting membership.
You can do it. 7.
Oh, we can send that, yeah.
All, okay, row 2, all in favor, please stand up. 3. Row 3, please stand up.
It's going down.
Row 4, please stand up.
You live in the township?
Pay taxes here.
He does, he's not,
You
he's not
can't
a
vote.
house.
You can't vote. 6. What's that? Oh, okay. You got one again? Got you, Father. Row 5, please stand up. Row 6, back row. 2. I will ask for a show of hands, everybody else that is standing in favor. Thank you. Okay, roll 1, please. Okay. Board. Okay, opposed, please stand up.
Per row?
Let me start over again. 6, okay. Row 2. Row 3. Row 4. Row 5. Row 6. And standing, raise your hands, please.
Louis,
Louis, can't vote. Mike.
Louis,
6? Oh, okay. Someone check, did you take it too, did you?
Yeah, well, yeah, but I guess we can do the same thing. Oh, we didn't count Pat. Did you count Pat?
Didn't I,
Okay.
I like living.
I have, in favor, I have 33, and I have opposed 47. No reason.
Wow.
Okay, that's enough.
Don't deserve it.
Okay, it's 30, yeah, okay. Okay. No
I have a
raises.
salary resolution.
Salary resolution, not at this meeting.
Yes, you can.
Yes.
Yes, you
Yes.
can.
I'm sorry, you
Yeah,
can't
the
correct.
electors can alter that resolution, it says so in the law.
You cannot reduce it though, Kathy.
I'm not gonna reduce it, Sue. Did I say? I said it had a resolution.
Is this citizen comment? We moved on to
No,
citizen comment?
this is a resolution for salary. This is a resolution of the Tuscarora Township Electors. Be it resolved that the total compensation for the office of supervisor, which includes performing the tax assessing function, be $45,000.36, 45,036. This compensation is based on 0% increase of the current 23,028 for the supervisor function and $22,008 for the property tax assessing function. Be it also resolved that the salaries of the clerk, treasurer, and trustees be increased by 0%. This is actually an increase in the supervisor's salary in accordance with the statute of the law that says that must be one lump sum.
Citizen comment?
A resolution.
I would second that resolution.
We have to see anything, that's fine. I need to see it. I don't
No,
understand
you
what
don't.
you're saying.
This
No,
is
you
our
don't,
meeting.
this is our meeting.
I'm
And
sorry.
Right
law
now, his
allows
elected
us-
official salary is closed, citizen comment?
We have to vote on that resolution.
You cannot.
Absolutely.
Yes. You cannot.
Yes.
Yes, you have to vote on it. You can expand it.
Kathy, you cannot change, I'm sorry. You cannot
We'll
change.
come back to that at a later date. Right now, we're gonna move on with citizen comment.
No.
I rise to a point of
No.
I rise to a point of order. A motion has been made and seconded at the elected.
No, I think you're-
Concerning salary, which is a legitimate thing, you need to vote on it. If indeed you wish to come back to it later, you can do that in another meeting. But at that point, you will have the understanding of what people wanted to vote on here. I mean, you can go back later, but you can't reassemble the electorate later.
I
That's your
I
issue.
think the law is that you're reducing the salary.
No, we're not
No,
reducing
we're
the
not
salary of
reducing the salary.
the supervisor at all. We're not reducing that.
But it's a supervisor assessor
No.
salary, and I'm sorry, yes, it
set in the
is.
assessor's.
Which has never existed before this vote.
Never
Sorry.
existed.
Supervisor assessor salary, that is what was
That's right.
before you,
No.
that is, I'm
That's what
sorry,
we
I
voted
disagree.
on. That's what the
I
resolution
put it this way,
says.
I would encourage you to take the vote, and then you can resolve this
No.
legal
Right.
issue later.
Let's take a vote.
Take the vote.
Take the vote.
If it's wrong,
No,
That's enough.
Vote.
That is enough. I'm sorry, Kathy, your citizen comment time is over.
No,
No,
it isn't.
this is what the law says. It says,
sorry.
I'm sorry, this is a little bit disturbing. The electors at the subsequent annual meeting of the electors may alter the amount of salary fixed by the resolution. That's an MCL, that's what it says
And
here.
that's what you may have done with the
That's what the
resolutions that,
resolution
no,
did.
but those were the resolutions we just offered. That is what you can
You
do.
are not the
You can either pass it,
No, that's not what the law says here, I just read it to you. I can alter what the resolution says. It
you
says so
cannot
in
alter
the
whether
law.
it's a supervisor
You did that. The statute says that is a single figure.
No, I'm sorry, and yes,
No,
It
I'm
is-
sorry.
If it is a supervisor only, it is a certain salary. Just a minute, Kathy, and this comes straight from the MTA. If it is a supervisor assessor salary, and the supervisor is certified as assessor and directly performing the assessing, it is one salary.
That's right, it is to be
And
one
That's what
salary.
she's
That's
proposing.
what I-
Please keep your comments and your
That's
applause down.
exactly what I resolved for you.
And we
Should
actually
you
on
not
the,
take the vote tonight with these people present, that's gonna come back to bite you in the butts. It's wrong, you know it's wrong, and what you're doing is you're disrespecting every single person in this room, whether they voted for or against you. Yeah, the word is disenfranchisement.
Citizen comments? Yes, sir, come on, Fred.
Since this is the annual meeting and this is the people's meeting, why can't we have a meeting without the board objecting to everything or think that there's a lawyer or the God Almighty?
We're not gonna do this, folks, we just keep the applause down, we're not gonna do this. If you have a comment, we'd love to hear from you, just take the stand, we'd love to hear from you. Yes, Susan.
I know that all the dissenters here have a yank against Mike and the rest of our board. I'm not exactly sure what that yank is. Everybody has their own agenda. But our board has done a wonderful job in helping our community.
Please,
No
please.
progress is stagnation of the community. If you want our community to die, then continue to vote no.
Susan, please, talk to us, talk to us.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Not us, it's the board.
Well, actually, no, actually, it's you today. It's you today, Carl. It's not us, it's you today.
It's you.
He's
So,
addressing you, Jan.
be that as it may, I believe that there was going to be a resolution today. Now, we all knew that these salaries were coming before us today. And if we had a resolution that we were gonna sneak in through slip it through the bottom of the door, I think it should have been notified to the people who will be here what exactly will be voted on. And I think it's unconscionable that you people think that our board should work as hard as they do. It is not a half hour, or it's not just a job here at the township hall. They're on duty all the time, working for our community. And I think, I know some of you are mad about the sewers, and some are mad about a new road or a paving of a road, and some are mad at the dog catcher. But you know what, people, you have to look at the total picture. Do we want our community to die, or do we want it to live on?
Whatever you're smoking, I want some.
Well, you
That's it,
guys
that's
need
it.
to lose.
Folks, you know, I've known you all, most of you, for a long, long time, and I'm sorry that our community's come to this. I really am. But I'm not surprised, because I was told a long time ago there would be casualties in this whole thing. I know that you don't agree with some of the things, some of you don't agree with any of the things, but what really bothers me is the way we treat each other now. And I, in my wildest dreams, would never have pictured that. The way that we speak to each other, the way that we talk, and you know, you can point at me, but there's three more pointing at you right underneath that index finger. You know, and this is something I would have never imagined would have been this bad. People, please be civil, because at the next step, we're gonna start asking people to leave. I want you to have your time to speak. You're more than entitled to your public comment. Please take it. If you have something to say, address the community, please, just be civil. More public comment? Yes, sir.
Scott Swanson. Just so we do have some record of how people feel, can I have a show of hands of how many people would have supported Kathy's motion?
Say it again, we missed it.
Just so we have a record of how people do feel, I would like to see a show of hands of how many people would have supported Kathy's motion.
To have a resolution.
I get it. Basically what happened is, when Mike became assessor, the electorate should have had an opportunity to set the salary. That did not occur. They did it. Now is the time when we can set it.
For the assessors separately?
The assessors is separately, they are paying it the same. They have it actually as a separate budget item.
Okay,
So it is separate. So, you understand what we're doing?
so
What she's doing,
if,
actually, this is
when
mine.
you stated that it was an increase for the supervisor's position, but not
That's
for
my
the
understanding.
assessor's
That's my
portion?
understanding. Correct. The assessor's portion would diminish. It would still end up being 45,000 total, which in Tuscarora Township, not bad for a couple of part-time jobs.
So then what happened?
Please.
You're asking to increase the supervisor's position to 45, and then that's.
No, the supervisor's position would have been 23, with 22 for the assessor.
I see, and
It
before
would
it
be a net
divided how?
45. Before they divided 23 for the supervisor, and I believe it's approaching 30 for the assessor with health insurance and retirement. That's on top of the 30.
Okay, now I understand. And how much would it, just since you all brought this up, and if you had to hire the assessor's position done? would
They
you
really
have
wouldn't know.
a-
There are 3,300 parcels in Tuscarora Township. I know some are paying about $10 a parcel, so it'd be 33.
Okay, thank you.
Not bad.
No, I know, but it's true.
Public comment? Come on up here.
Okay, I'll try.
Oops, sorry, Dan.
I'll stand behind you. Can I stand behind you?
Sure.
I'll stand behind you, you go.
No, you probably have more to say. I'm Art Doty, I live in Tuscarora Township. Mike, I was glad to hear you're troubled by the way people behave and the way people are treated. And I think most of the people here would be troubled by the fact, because it appears to be a resolution, a valid resolution before you, and you won't even allow us to vote. My question is, or my comment is, why don't you allow us to vote? If you find it's an invalid resolution, it gets trashed. But by saying, no, we won't even allow you to vote, then if it's a valid resolution later, it's for naught. I just say, let the people vote. If it's invalid, trash it. But don't just sit there and say, no, we don't like it, we're not gonna allow it. Let us vote. If it's invalid, throw it out. You'll go, you've got lawyers, your lawyers will tell you.
Thank you.
That's my comment.
Thank you.
Is this my only comment?
Yes.
Well, then I'll
Yes,
just
something
say,
else.
real quick, I'm really troubled by item 7, where you state members of the board may choose to answer questions or may choose not to. I mean, this is America. You're obligated to everybody in this room to answer questions. And for you to say, we may choose not to answer questions, that's not representing the people who put you in office. You have an obligation to answer questions. Thank you.
I should have went. Because mine was number 7 too. You know, but you're not obligated to answer questions or make statements or commitments in response to issues.
Can't hear you.
Okay? What? Oh, I'm sorry.
Speak up, please.
I was talking to Mike. You're talking to us. Oh, I'm talking to you. Okay. With number 7, they are not obligated to answer questions or make statements. And here it says, members of the public may not in the course of their comments make personal attack, well, no, that wasn't it. Well, anyhow, we're not allowed to ask you questions, but you're allowed to ask us questions when we're up here making a comment. Now, how does that seem fair? Or can we just say, well, it's comments only, board, I'm sorry. You know, it should be a two-way street. We should have questions going both ways, as long as they're reasonable and they're not, you know, what color is your underwear or something like that. But, what the hey, man? Let's have a little parity here.
Thank you. Public comment? Yes, sir.
My name's Bob Morris. And briefly, let the minutes show that there appeared to be about 47 hands up in the air when Scott asked that for the motion that is still hanging. Thank you.
Comment? Yes, sir.
I'm not a resident, can I speak? Do I have to get up there? I mean, I'm,
No, you can speak, yes, you can speak.
It's an
He's the
electors
property
meeting.
owner here.
You can speak, you just can't vote. I mean,
You
It's
can
an
vote.
electors meeting.
You can speak.
He's not an elector.
You can
He
speak.
can't vote, he can speak.
Go ahead.
I didn't ask to vote. Quite frankly, I'm appalled at what's going on here. But as a citizen and a member of this community for, ever since I was 8 years old, I've been coming here for a long, long time. And what the board has accomplished in the last 10 years is remarkable in my opinion. And they're to be commended for what they've done, regardless of what anybody thinks. I'm proud of you and I'm proud of the work that you've done. And I'm appalled at the way people treat you. In public. I've been at these meetings before. And I don't know how you put up with it. But they ought to be ashamed of themselves.
That's enough, please, please, please. Public comment?
Yeah. My name is Carol Doty, and in regards to number 7 as well, you talk about how you felt disrespected.
Can't hear.
The board has felt that they're disrespected and they're just so upset about the way we are presenting ourselves to them. I say that you are disrespectful to us. When we pay your salaries, you're accountable to us. We come here with issues, we ask you questions, and you say, well, we don't have to answer it. I think you are disrespectful to us.
Any comment? Yes, sir.
I'd like to congratulate all you folks that came out to vote against raises for our township board. Obviously, you drug people out that some I've never even seen before. Mission accomplished. I'd just like to remind you that the last 2, maybe 3 elections, you lost. We keep re-electing this board. We had comments from a few people that were losers in the last several elections. These are the people that are representing this township. These are the people we support. You didn't give a raise, good for you.
You're welcome. That's enough. Public comment?
I don't care.
Yes, sir.
I wasn't gonna say anything, but I resent his statement to these people in here that we're losers. I think that what you said makes you a loser.
That's enough, that's enough. Let's not
Okay,
go there, guys.
but I
Let
do
Mr.
wanna
Jean
say, what you have to respect here is that people are dealing with issues that hurt them dearly, both you and the people out here. So if they get a little excited, it's because it's a major issue to each and every one of us, to you and to us. And so I think they should be respectful, but I can understand why there are hard feelings on both sides.
Public comment? Yes, sir.
I'm Jim LeMay, and like the gentleman here, I've been coming to this area since I was 8 years old, but only recently in the last couple of years become a full-time resident, property owner. I'm not so naive as to think that it really matters what the heck I say up here. But I am proud of what's been accomplished and what I've seen. It's more than what's been done in the 50 or so plus years that I've been involved in this community. And I think if you look at Washington DC, what's going on there, it's kind of a reflection of what's going on here. People can't get along. And I think win or lose, and I'm not either gonna support or not support our board, but when they win an election, our community ought to support them and then get out to the next, if you don't like it, vote them out. But when they're in, these little communities like Indian River need to support the board and the people what's going on. If you don't like it, vote them out. People speak and that's the American way. That's all I got to say.
Any comment?
Yes, I'll support.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Your meeting will commence in about 5 minutes.
This is not a regular meeting. They're putting two meetings together.